I'm on mute. No, I'm not on mute. All right. So this is our final for the Renaissance Cage Match tournament between SamE and amoffett11. All games will feature Sinister Plot. I'm here co-commentating this match with Akuchi.
Hello.
First board here has Sinister Plot. Imagine that.
Yeah, so Sinister Plot was rated the highest, is that correct, of what the card people wanted to see most?
Yep, that's how they got into here, is did a approval voting, and Sinister Plot ended up highest, so it's getting played in the final. I guess we can talk a little bit about Sinister Plot before they get started, because this start's going to probably take a while. At worst, it's Caravan.
And usually it's quite a bit better.
Yeah, there's a couple things to watch out for it. I would say foremost is in the openings. It can make it so that your cards don't end up missing. You can get to the end of the shuffle, do a couple tricks to hit 5 a little bit more regularly.
Yeah, or see an important terminal like Steward or Ambassador or whatnot.
Yeah.
How often do you find the Sinister Plot opening to be... is it ever like... On a 4-3, is it automatic for you to get Sinister Plot?
It's been looking pretty automatic. Just the ability to see every single card in your second shuffle is pretty major. See, we got a pair of trading post openings.
Yeah, SamE did not do anything on turn 2.
Yeah, he had a 7-2.
Unlucky, yeah.
So there might have been something to be said for, say, just opening plot on that 7 or improve. But he gets it now.
Yeah, Trading Post is going to be a very important card here. Combined with Puka, we'll get them pretty thin. Puka looking really nice if you get the fishing villages going early.
Yeah, something to watch out for here is that we are extremely limited on gains. I actually had a game like this yesterday with Puka Trading Post, where we were limited on gains, and it kind of got... it's quick to single province, but possibly a little bit hairy on consistency.
Yeah, it's looking like a surprisingly weak pathfinding board. There's no obvious target.
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing you might put it on would be Conspirator or Fishing Village, and you're going to have all that silver, so...
SamE chooses to trash the Cursed Gold. I agree with that.
Yep. Get that out of the way early.
Yeah, single buy, as you said, so there's not going to be a lot of need for that. Now, there are castles, which, on the one hand, like single buy makes that awkward to go into late, but on the other hand, that means somebody can try to extend the game if they think they have a more consistent deck.
Yeah, particularly with, I would guess, Patrol being the main draw. You have a little bit of consistency there. I don't know how fast we're going to beat at 8.
Well, this turn for for SamE, but he used a plot to draw 2 cards. It looks like.
Yeah. So interesting to see how they start adding additional draw and how much of it they do before they decide to go into greening.
I feel like this... I would favor a patrol... So he didn't play the fishing village for some reason?
I guess he wants to balance them out, have one go out each turn.
Okay.
And he doesn't think he's going to buy another one, that would mean.
Okay. I missed that he had played the first fishing village earlier in the turn. Makes sense.
We're missing a lot. They're going quite fast.
Yep. Okay, so they each picked up one patrol.
Yeah. Something to watch out for here is amoffet's Sinister Plot's getting pretty high. Something that can do at the end is kind of force awkward turns where you know the other person can province no matter what. They aren't going to miss. That's, I guess, one of the more relevant things on single game boards.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Sam, at this point, can just bank those the plot points as well.
Yeah, I would guess so, unless a turn's going to look really ugly.
Yeah, so this is a tough decision here. Hoard? I don't see that, right? Because of the single buy.
I could actually see the Hoard because if you're looking at going later into the game,
Puka draw.
One Puka draw, and two, if you don't believe that you're going to be all that consistent with the little bit of draw that you do have, load a bit more with treasures. Amoffett here, I might be looking at Province to try and force SamE's hand as first player.
Yeah, an interesting option for amoffett also is to hold on to one estate, because SamE has trashed all of his.
Certainly. Let's see what this ends up being. Pathfinding.
On Fishing Village. I think amoffett has
he has
fishing villages.
3 of them, and you only play 1 or 2 each turn, so...
Ooh, this is unfortunate. SamE didn't find his fishing village.
Yeah, this is where you might actually really like the Hoard, because you aren't going to be consistent drawing. Okay, he does draw out the copper. It's a little interesting to me.
Look, you got a good start, though. Might be worth burning a plot for SamE. Nah, it's a good-looking hand.
Time for an improve to ditch the trading post or Puka. I don't think you have any time for that.
amoffett...
You're just going to have to eat them.
amoffett held on to the estate there. And followed on Province, so he's looking to win that point split at the end.
See if SamE... Okay, SamE is still holding fishing villages, which... I don't know.
I think, well, it paid off.
Yeah.
Looking at his hand this turn.
Certainly.
He didn't need the trading post anything, so the extra action wasn't important.
Something else with amoffett holding on to the estate is that it could theoretically give him a cursed gold play later on if he needs to hit a price point. Although, I guess with SamE having started the greening, that's not actually terribly relevant. So I am a little bit curious on him not trashing out the cursed gold. That would be looking at a tie rather than a win.
I think amoffett should have reversed the order there. Played Patrol first. He could top deck Puka and then play Fishing Village.
He has this... Either way, yeah, he did get a little bit lucky off that draw to have that not matter. Now he realizes that he could have top decked something. I would guess the Puka? No, silver. So he's keeping the Puka in the next hand to draw with that.
So he's got the option to trading post Cursed Gold and Estate, but instead he'll play the Cursed Gold, it looks like. Oh wait, he didn't need to, my bad.
Yeah, I think he's holding the Cursed Gold just in case he needs it on a last turn to tie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tough spot for SamE.
Certainly. I mean, you could take Duchy. At some point you have to believe that because you have your Hoard, your deck's going to be more consistent, so you may as well use that to your advantage.
Yeah, but 10 on Sinister Plot.
Yeah, that's what I'm... Yeah, Amo cannot win the Duchy Dance because he's significantly lower on economy. This is where the Hoard starts to pay off really big.
Yeah, on the other hand, amoffett does have the pathfinding.
He takes a curse to buy a duchy.
So SamE, yeah, he can't offer the tie because with good draws, amoffett can trading post.
Yeah, trash that curse. SamE gets to have a little bit of debate whether to try to draw through here.
Well, he can't pick up the fishing village. Yeah.
I would guess that he
Or
doesn't.
He can't play it.
He has to imagine that all he has to do next turn is hit 5, although, yeah, I mean, because of Sinister Plot, he can hit 8 on an option, so...
Yeah, if you get a fishing village down and buy duchy, that looks like a pretty good next turn.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think I also would not play the Hoard to buy the duchy here, but...
Amoffett needs to figure out how to keep drawing, potentially.
It's an odd choice.
What that last card is. It's trading.
Not to play either of his fishing villages.
Last card is a trading post. That means he might need to use plot here. No, he doesn't. He can take another curse.
Or he can trading post and then puka, but that's, yeah. Wait, whoa, unexpected.
He trashed rid of the puka. Curse puka. He may not have seen that he could trading post and then puka. That would have been somewhat easy to miss, I guess. And he still has them tied on points, but...
Yeah, SamE is probably thinking pretty hard about province right now.
I wouldn't. I don't think there's a point in provincing. You have the plot. Can province any turn you want. Amoffett can province any turn he wants. May as well extend the game.
Oh, that's right, yeah. With plot, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't province.
I don't know how the order of the castles pile works, points-wise.
Might be what SamE is thinking about. Should he dip into Humble right now? Because he can always take the last duchy.
Yeah. So it would be... I guess having Humble means that each of your castles is worth 1 extra point, which means as first mover on those you get something an advantage.
Yeah, but you need... What does SamE need? He needs like a 3 VP advantage to be able to safely take a province.
Yeah. I mean, you have to imagine if they get down into the 10-11s, SamE is a bit better off. Or 9 and 10 castles.
Yeah, I was just thinking about a haunted castle. Seems pretty appealing.
Yeah, for sure. So Sam, I'm guessing, is going to take the castle here because he thinks his deck's better. Yeah.
Now, amoffett could take the plot and trash a curse, get a province here. But he chooses not to.
Yeah, amoffett probably did have to go at that point.
In fact, that would be winning, right? Like, I mean, he can't guarantee the province next turn, but he could play all 3 fishing villages. That seems really good.
Yeah. If he can take a point lead by more than 6, Especially seeing SamE not having a fishing village out. Not that I think that makes a difference, does it? Lovely hand.
Also, interesting that SamE didn't go for.
No.
Couldn't go for a province.
Can't go for a province.
It's just amoffett who had the option.
So now amoffett's looking at this feeling not so great. Curse and duchy. So he's going to try to get something off the small castle, I suppose. I mean, SamE would just take a province right here.
Yeah, and he doesn't even need to burn the plot, so...
Yeah.
Seems safe. Because SamE has the humble castle, so the haunted is... Well, if you have to trash...
The haunted isn't going to matter because of plot, is it? Yeah, he just takes the province and will win next turn.
Yep.
Small isn't gonna... Playing small is not going to increase amoffett's points.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's his only play is like small into haunted by opulent, right?
Yeah. And somehow hope that SamE duds after drawing 11 cards.
Mm-hmm. With a fishing
Plus,
village in play.
And patrol.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know about that.
Yeah, but...
Okay.
We'll see how much he decides to play. Not at all. Okay.
Very extended endgame there.
Yep.
I suggested a lot of losing plays. Thankfully, the actual players didn't make any of them.
Well, we had the Hoard definitely end up paying off, I would say.
Absolutely.
Alright, what have we
And what is
here?
the format of this match? It's been a while. Is this
This is going to be first to 3 wins. Ties don't count as anything. Alternating starts. Well, this looks nasty.
inheritance, but starting with the shelters.
Inheritance, you can inherit Fool.
Vampire looks pretty amazing.
For sure, dens and cultists, so it's gonna be... let's see. I guess you end up 1 short on, Horn. If you make a giant stack of stuff.
But...
You need, like, Whisper Familiar to have that end up working.
I'm wondering
if Necropolis
files run out before that's relevant. So if runes and dens run out, what's the third pile?
Cultist, Duchy, maybe
Cultist.
even Horn. You do have Sinister Plot to support the Horn turn.
Sure. But I'd be getting a lot of vampires, I think.
Focus on Vampire Cultist Den to start with. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd be happy to use like my first 3-5 buys on Vampire.
Can see that.
It just plays so nicely with the board. Like Cultist draws stuff dead. Oh well.
Oh, you also have lucky. You also have lucky coins, so that's 8 even without another.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could see a Horn turn happening here. We'll see what they end up playing for. Again, the fear on that is that your opponent's going to run out piles before you get there.
I think I don't like going for familiar, because like hitting 5 being so important.
Yeah. Cultist is just going to be faster junking anyways.
Yeah. Like if you miss out on vampires.
Amoffett ended up picking up a fool there. I don't know if that's much of a surprise, but it would maybe be a slight indicator towards money.
Sky's Gift, unfortunate.
Yep. Swamp Field, so 2 of those boons did nothing for him.
And if he's going for a cultist stack, Wisp doesn't do much either.
Yeah.
See, his amoffett.
Amoffett, I'm feeling really bad about this game right now.
I mean, I think I take the plot here. Like, you've got the pouch.
Oh, yeah, you have to be hitting 5.
Yeah. Like, you can with Lost in the Woods, but by far from guaranteed. Moon's Gift. Oh, he's taken 0 vampires. Or no, he has one.
He has one vampire.
Cultist.
I don't know about buying cultist there. Yeah. And get aim off it at this point, you have to play like you are going to get reasonably clean with vampire dens. Because you aren't going to be winning this junking war. I don't know that taking 10 ruins is exactly a great idea either, but... Oh look, SamE collides his necropolis with 2 terminals.
Earth's Gift. Pretty bad on this board.
Yep.
This is where
Takes
Caravan might be better than Sinister Plot. Because you could gain more of them. Still just the 1 vampire.
Yeah. He bought a cultist, okay.
So SamE has 2 vampires. But SamE did use his second $5
he bought a cultist, didn't he?
Cultist, yeah. Oh wait, I actually missed that. SamE had the 2/5 opening.
Oh yeah, it was a tracker vampire, and then they ended up colliding. Very nice to see.
Yeah.
Let's start
very far ahead.
Thinking about dens. So yeah, we do see that.
Yeah, I think in SamE's position, you can be happy with just 2 vampires.
Yeah.
Because he got off to such a good start.
Might think about adding Horn pretty soon then.
Right. Yeah, once a cultist is going to help you get any more ruins out, which is now. So it's a question of how optimistic you're going to be, whether you hold on to Necropolis.
So aim off, it pulls another cultist. I really don't like that over Den.
Not at all.
Because you could also think that with Plot and Den you get around this shuffle, have another string of cultists to play.
SamE finds his Necropolis, which is pretty nice.
SamE, have a bat down there?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, he did get around, so I think I would discard all 4 of these and take the Plot, maybe? That would have given some amount of potential to hitting a bunch of cultists. You might get to play 3 cultists.
I don't know why the 3 matters also. Like, I mean, there's no guarantee that SamE doesn't find more cultists there. Oh, okay. Well, I missed that Amoffett has 4 cultists.
I don't know what that was about. Because he didn't have one played. That was something of an interesting shuffle to trigger. That would almost mean that this is going to be double den and then probably use the plot next turn. We'll see.
Yeah, I like double den regardless.
Yeah. Depending on what he ends up thinking is necessary.
Bat, last card.
Well, I mean, you draw into it, don't you?
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable not to play Lucky Coin.
I don't see much of a point. I certainly won't trash it, but Amoffett know what his last card is. Apparently it's a copper.
Exciting stuff.
And then he redraws the Fool over the shuffle. That's
Well, he didn't need any more coins, so it's fine.
Alright, so he just takes a province. He's not gonna be he's not gonna be trying to build to this horn turn, I guess.
I think that's correct from his position.
Yeah. He might end up using plot on this turn. SamE did use his plot.
Certainly could take a gold, sure.
Yeah. 6. See if this is horn, den. I guess it's going to be another den.
Yep.
I'm not exactly sure how SamE is going to be competitive going after provinces, but we'll see.
I think SamE is pretty favored.
I think their decks are actually about equivalent at this point. Not entirely certain on that, but
so SamE has at least 2 ruins in the deck.
I think Amoffett is there's 3 ruins trashed.
Yeah, 7 unaccounted.
Amoffett has seen 1 this shuffle. I don't know, just the feeling of how people's turns are going says that Amoffett is a little bit cleaner, but maybe doesn't have quite as much in the way of good cards.
I would find it very hard to understand how Amoffett would be cleaner, given that he only had the 1 vampire.
He took way fewer ruins. So yeah, he has 3, SamE has 4.
Okay.
On the other hand, it looks like SamE has 9 dens.
That's gonna help.
That will help.
So I imagine Amoffett is gonna want to use these vampires.
Okay, not 9.
Cultist.
Not 9. Yeah, not 9 dens. See what these vampires gain from SamE. Could be even Duchy at this point. Maybe Horn.
I think this got to be. It could be Butcher actually.
That's also.
He doesn't have that many cultists.
It's only 2 cultists, yeah. He does take duchies.
I think that's a little scared.
Yeah, you have to imagine that either Horn or Butcher is going to be at least a duchy's worth.
Yeah. I mean, it's guaranteed in terms like for Horn.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We would have amoffett another. No, not another province because Wind's Gift. Surprise. Fairgrounds was that? That was 6, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
Which may decrease in value if he trashes. Yeah.
Yeah, the duchies.
Yeah, I mean, also,
the duchies are really thinking that the game is ending.
I mean, that favors amoffett, so.
Yeah, I feel like they're thinking that the game is ending sooner than it is. Because Horn's going to be a duchy, fairgrounds, could be a cultist to pile out. You have to imagine you're going to see it. $10. See if he wanted it 10 or just wanted the silver.
You can top deck the silver. He wants.
Can top deck a province. Because he's thinking about top decking the silver. Can't imagine you would play Lucky Coin unless you would be top decking the silver. Unless you're going to take like Butcher Vampire top deck, Butcher Horn. Okay. So we just wanted a silver not top decked.
That's a nice one.
Certainly.
You can actually keep the copper on top if he wants a guaranteed draw with Will-O-Wisp. He wants a Necropolis. Okay, yeah, that's good.
I'm not quite sure why you would keep the copper there. Oh, that's a good boon. It's a very good boon. Okay.
A little unfortunate to have vampires miss.
Would Sam be having a better turn if he had top decked a Butcher or a Horn? There's your question. Rather than bought the province. I guess if he had top decked a Horn, he could be double Fairgrounds.
A Butcher, he could have converted this into a province if he wanted to.
Yeah. I think there were probably better moves than the province last turn. Oh, apparently he had a VP. Yeah, he had a VP drop from trashing something.
Abandoned Mine.
Amoffett is apparently aware of having exactly 15 uniques because he didn't trash out the ruined village.
That's impressive.
Or he's not aware and just completely scared of doing so.
I guess maybe he just figures he's not going to see that card again.
Could be. Not worth counting.
That was actually really fortunate for amoffett to see both of those dens of sin.
Yeah. Now SamE is doing the fairgrounds, which...
He's got 2 vampires.
River.
It's funny, like, 3 duchies were taken, like, 5 turns ago, and haven't been touched since.
Okay, so that's 12. So if he finds both,
here.
if he finds both vampires, he doesn't.
Nope.
That makes this fairgrounds and
duchy, I guess. There's no guarantee you see that card anymore.
I wonder if his fairgrounds are back to 6 yet. I think so. Yeah, they are.
Yep. Thanks to that estate.
Envy's pretty... Envy will at least probably prevent a province. Will the vamp play drop it again?
I don't think so. I think he got to 15 uniques buying the estate.
Yeah.
Not exchanging.
Because the time when it dropped, he had trashed out a ruin to go down to 15, and then the exchange brought it down to 14, so then he rebought the estate. SamE have 1 on the plot, 2 dens. This could certainly be looking at a envy-fueled win.
And you get to draw with the dens before you decide on the plot, right?
Yep. I guess he had a lot of dens down there.
Not looking likely.
Do you think that you have to draw here?
You might as well, because you're going to put 3 dens in play.
Yeah.
1 off.
Amoffett's not going to be... Without a fantastic boon, he's not going to be winning this turn either. Now he's definitely not going to be winning this turn. That series of 2 hexes, envy and then poverty.
SamE's plays 1 den of sin, followed by the vampire, holding 2 den of sins in reserve. That's some mind games going on there. Don't give Amoffett misleading information about whether or not he has to go, how hard he has to go in on the province. Oof, another not looking like a province.
We'll see. Province on top, yeah, that's
But SamE could get enough points to... or not.
The 2 estates.
Yeah. What else can it
Amoffett has 3. So you have to double estate here.
What I'm learning is that Sinister Plot games inevitably lead to extended greening scenarios for some reason.
Apparently so. Man, seeing the pouch, I think I would have taken that.
Yeah, this is winning.
But that's going to win. 2 fairgrounds, quite fancy.
A little bit unfortunate distribution for SamE, I think. Oh wow, look at the just 10 silvers for Amoffett versus 4 for SamE. So I think SamE probably wanted to play Lucky Coin more often.
Yeah, that's almost going to be your same difference in decks as last game, is somebody just has more economy in a long game.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to be
Okay.
even. The first player won both games, 1-1. Very close games, though.
Here we have what would be treasure trove heavy, except that you have wall. Here to mess up all your dreams.
Yeah, so you can't really draw. Except with Sinister Plot.
I guess you would probably want count pretty early. So that would, if you 3/4 silver Sinister Plot, you can guarantee 5, I believe. Steph says he would consider skipping count. That would be in favor of something like loan remodel.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Was wondering if you could rely on remodel and maybe alter.
You would want to, say, build a stack of treasuries, artificers to some amount. Other nice thing with plot and count is that you can potentially get a pretty big trash off. So SamE takes the altar. Alone. Amoffett, I would guess, is going to draw here. Okay.
So we got some divergent strategies.
Which maybe they wouldn't have been divergent had the draws been the same, but that's how you get divergent strategies. SamE drew there, I guess, to try to find altar or to get this right up to the end of the shuffle.
Pretty awkward. Alter missing all three of his estates.
Yeah, and then knocking, well, you don't really care that it knocks this down to 4.
I mean, maybe you do. Yeah, there's a lot of innocuous stuff to get for 5, but at some point you have to think, well, how much does wall make that not worth?
How much does wall make it not worth, and what do I need to do to be buying provinces? Sure, Amoffett wishes that he could top deck the count with the count here.
I do like the villain.
Alright, so Amoffett has gotten himself fairly thin. And Lone hits silver. And I don't know that he's actually terribly behind on stuff in deck.
He's got a lot of silvers.
Yeah.
Finally can trash some estates.
I don't know why you do it with remodel.
He's got coin.
Oh, he has a coin down. Okay, that's why he would do it with remodel.
Why not both?
Hey, it hit once.
Contra Awaplus. Alone is not a great card.
Oh. That's a problem. Okay, well, I guess this video isn't going to be uploaded. That's alright. Your sound cut out at some point for... I don't know why. 'Cause OBS hates me. 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 'Cause OBS ha
Unfortunate.
Or I could upload a video of me talking to myself.
Could work. Ooh. Remodel that loan.
No, actually you came back. For also completely unknown reasons. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
Mm-hmm. I guess he decided that it wasn't worth calling a coin to remodel loan, but boy, is that loan
Not
really
doing anything.
Which isn't to say a treasury would be tons better. It's a pretty low-powered board.
Yeah. Alright, so amoffet's gonna start his greening, and I would guess he's probably gonna prefer... Well... Interesting that he discards the estate, so he thinks the estate is better than a loan.
I mean, loan is the card you buy, so of course it's better.
Yeah, I do wonder if he'll draw here. I would guess not. He does draw. See what I know.
Oh, I missed the treasure trove pickup. How do you feel about that?
I mean, he got fairly thin, so it's your best way to grow economy, at least for a little bit. If there were no wall here, I would be playing pretty much the deck that he is. It's wall that makes you consider not treasure trove, but the build-up of economy may just be that much better.
I think I like having a remodel or two in the treasure trove deck in either case.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
SamE has a lot of... Oh, just one on the mat right now. One coin. Yeah, it's awkward. Yeah, I don't know what this loan is doing. He's got coins in there. He's got silvers.
It's discarding his silvers and coins. What else would you want your loan to do?
There's apparently a coin of the realm in the trash. I'm not sure
yeah,
about
he just ended up trashing it.
That's pretty funny. I guess he just wants one or two coins.
Yeah, I think a remodel would have been better than that duchy for amoffett.
Indeed. Like he's in a pretty strong points advantage, so he can even remodel province to province. Looks pretty attractive.
Or you have two remodels. I mean, you are filling your deck with gold provinces. You want to end it quick.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is...
You can call it over terminal, but you'd rather play a terminal than none at all.
I wonder if you remodel altar here. I think it's time.
I think it's time also. You have to be making points plays.
I don't think like additional treasuries are going to help at all. Whoa, that's not a province.
I guess he's feeling economy strapped, which I can imagine. He's not exactly hitting 8 consistently at all.
We could remodel that loan into a treasury.
So, thinking about long-term sustainability rather than immediate
I was just thinking he might have an opportunity to, for instance, hit 6 here, right? So,
yeah,
pick up gold here.
Well, this would be a province now. I have to imagine.
But I mean, remodel loan into. Oh my god!
Now you can trash out this coin for a point.
Oh, right. He would have needed to call coin to do that.
Yeah. So now he has a double province here that would lose.
Indeed. He's got 6 plot, so he probably...
I guess he draws now.
Yeah. You don't like this hand at all, so you have to draw. Like, you no longer have the option to draw to win the game, I think. It's just too far away, points-wise. I think the most you can do is double province duchy.
Draw and hope. No, he's just gonna do this gold to province. I guess he's saving it for next turn. If he thinks he needs a next turn, you may as well wait for next turn.
Maybe, but that was like... You had your 2 remodels in hand.
Yeah. Well, you'll have him this hand also, because you have the number of treasuries, right?
I think so.
But this is going to come up a point short. That would have come up a point short drawing.
Double duchy province would tie, and that's no good going first.
Yeah. Well, it's also a point short, even if it didn't tie.
Double duchy province.
With wall. One of them is a minus.
I was not paying attention to wall. Hey, good job, Lone.
I wonder if he stopped drawing just to hit that copper.
That's a lot of coin tokens.
I wonder if amoffet's going to trash the gold. Nope.
That could have been reasonable.
I mean, Sam's still going to be a point short and a turn short.
There are just so many coffers.
So he's going to have to use both remodels to get the rest of the duchies now. Because otherwise he cannot come back. Unless amoffet starts buying a bunch of copper.
So you can remodel loan into duchy. And remodel a treasury into duchy? Is that the plan?
I would guess so.
Play villain. And you have 8 coin tokens. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. Buy duchy, hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keeping loan could be a point on a future turn. See.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, he does trash the loan. You're going to play these treasuries. Apparently not both of them for some reason.
If you're buying duchy. He's got the 10. I don't know if he's going to have enough coffers, though.
So now amoffet draws, misses, and I guess that means SamE's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Fairly impressively.
Yeah, I do like the endgame control that remodel gives, and villain, like stockpiling coffers.
Yep.
So another extended greening session. Duchies are empty.
Remodels to a state.
But of course.
Okay, so that makes this down to SamE wins this next game. He wins.
Mm-hmm. Amoffet's start, though.
So even with the count, amoffet ended up with one more card. That's Treasure Trove coming back to haunt you, probably.
It looks like even if amoffet had trashed that gold with a loan, he would have still come up 1 point short.
Okay. Amoffet opens Sinister Plot without thinking.
However, there is Diplomat on the board, but there's Tournament, so it's probably correct.
Yeah. Let's see what we think this 3 is going to be. Plot Bonfire sounds like something that would not get you to Apprentice, so you don't do it.
I think I'm happy with Silver. The draw is Stables.
Draws Stables. Yeah. Or apprentice. Or witch. I can't see opening plot here, actually.
Would you go...
I think tournament silver.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting a pair of 5s is really good. Okay, he says witch first. In that case, I might like to see a bonfire right here.
I think I'd like to see a bonfire in either case.
Yeah, for both of them.
Yep. But I think I like apprentice before witch.
I think so also. Yeah, SamE does the apprentice first. Amoffett has to hope to not... there's lots of bad things that he could draw with this witch.
I think I take a tournament here as SamE.
Draws to use apprentice.
It's fine. But that was a nice tournament hand because you knew you had apprentice and estate in your following hand.
Yeah, I also wonder about keeping plot tokens to take province quick.
Yeah.
Okay, none of the bad things that could happen to Amoffett happened.
So
he
I'm
does
pretty sure SamE is going to bonfire, and the downside of that is going to set him back in like the number of turns he can get to province.
Let's see, this 5 tournament. Huh.
Is it realistic for Amoffett to hit 8 on this turn? I don't think so.
Well, I guess we'll find out what it would have been if it wasn't a tournament. Probably stables. Yeah.
Yep. I think Amoffett is still lacking the coin to get province, which is fine.
Just fine, yeah.
But it's something to keep in mind.
SamE skips playing witch to buy tournament.
Apprentice also skips the shuffle.
Yep. Amoffett draws both of the good cards off the top with the witch. So right now he's probably going to buy a village, whether it's a good idea or not.
That's a full deck, and
apparently it needs another apprentice.
I don't know. I think it needs a gold.
Amoffett thinks his needs a gold.
So what are the prices that you want? I mean, you don't need Trusty Steed.
I would want Princess.
Followers. Yeah. This might be a princess first. I mean, Trusty Steed and followers are both going to be good.
I think Steed probably comes first just because they don't have the villages.
Right. Yeah. It's a timing thing.
Yeah. Doesn't mean
so this could be province here.
And I have no doubt will be.
Yeah, Amoffett is way ahead in the junking, so which first could have... I mean, going first certainly pays off, and which first didn't hurt. Should be silver, yep.
I guess stables here. Could also be another apprentice if he's feeling junked up. Bonfire.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I prefer stables, but it's okay.
You'll have so many opportunities to just use an extra buy for bonfire. Take the things...
So there was a tournament block there, I just saw.
This is going to be Steed for sure now, because he does need the village.
Yeah, and SamE doesn't even have a province, so...
Yeah, so the expected ordering thing ended up happening.
Either stables or second province looks good to me.
I would go stables. You have a lot of room to build if you're ahead. Huh.
If you bought a second province, he could have apprenticed this province. Not even joking. That would have been a good move.
Yeah. Of course, if the apprentice were stables, he would have been drawing with that. Now he's gonna be trashing his silver. Does take followers.
Okay. I mean, SamE still hasn't hit province, so I think it's reasonable.
Yeah. Discard attack is going to empty the curses.
He can even apprentice a witch, actually.
Bonfire and I guess a village.
That seems good.
Could be a tournament. Okay, does the village. Stables was very close to being disappointing.
I'm surprised amoffett still has an estate. Oh, followers.
Followers, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you can use followers. Okay, resign comes.
Yeah. Yep, snowball the tournament game. So now we are 2-2
Yep.
into what is presumably the final game. And SamE gets the start. Been first player all throughout.
Yep.
Although I feel like this was the only game where first player was like really...
Even then, he took a witch before an apprentice, and that might have been your difference.
Could have been.
And the horrible things that could have happened with witch drawing didn't happen. Whoa. Well, this is a board.
Yeah, we got Silk Merchant and
Inventor
and Torturer and like slow trashing, so I think Torturer is going to be relevant.
Yeah. Nobody has 4-3, so there's not going to be a Silk Merchant +4 opening.
Yeah, which would be Inventor, I guess.
Or second Silk Merchant, or Plot, or...
Oh, right, Plot, yeah.
I would take Silk Merchant Silver to start, though.
Yeah. This would be the first game that somebody doesn't open Sinister Plot?
Yeah.
That's correct.
I don't know if you ever actually do end up buying Plot. Your other options on 4 are somewhat appealing.
This should be Apprentice Hamlet, I think.
Probably.
There are a lot of options.
You could try Torture Hamlet, but I think the trashing's going to be better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Plot does work around Torture in that if they get 3+ Tortures, you can just choose to discard down to 0 if you have a big plot.
Okay, so SamE does go for the Torture. So we're going to have, I guess, attack card versus apprentice again.
Yep. This time with the roles reversed.
Yep.
And
second apprentice.
Torture does look more attractive with the villager.
Yeah, I am somewhat surprised at the second apprentice over a torturer there.
Absolutely. Oh, he might have apprenticing Silk Merchants in mind, but he's not in that point yet. Like, he doesn't have an inventor.
Yeah. Hamlet, Plot, okay. So now they both do have Plot.
Yeah, no need to play burn that villager here. Yep. Gets the apprentice.
Ooh.
Could just be a do-nothing turn.
Okay, does opt to trash.
Oh, well, Inventor over Silk Merchant. Okay.
Yeah.
A little bold.
Yeah, he still has the villager around, so...
Yeah, he's going to want to pop it here, though, if he sees the apprentice.
Guess you're probably doing torture first. Yeah.
That is worker. I think he can get benefit out of that. So I think I like his position.
Yeah. I don't think there's much doubt that SamE is ahead right now.
Like coming in a little choppy, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're coming in a little choppy too. That's my end.
So very nice turn for SamE, but I feel like he needs to pick up the Silk Merchant.
Yeah, I would not want to be living without a villager.
Well, he does have Inventor, though. Yeah, but that can't... Like, that just gives him the ability to play on.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he...
Hamlet Torture.
Yeah. Did he track deck and know he had a Hamlet there? Not sure.
Did he have 3? Yeah, I guess he had 3. We can see with the obelisk points. No, he only...
Okay, so...
Yeah. So he did have a second one down there.
Discard copper, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, rewarded. For smart play. Hoping to see his other torturer.
Still
No
hoping
need
to
to
see his
discard
other
there.
torture. Discards for an action. I guess knowing that
for
the Silk
Merchant.
Merchant is coming, yeah.
It's an optimistic discard, but I think I'd do it.
I mean, if you're going to discard there, you're discarding here. Yeah, okay.
Didn't get there, but it's fine. He's fine. It's 5. He didn't even need 5. He only needed 6.
Yeah.
Well, he can spend a coffers if he wants. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really just trying to bash this torture in.
Yeah, I'm no longer... I like SamE's position. He's playing, like, pretty...
He's playing...
greedy.
Yeah, aggressive for sure.
Yeah, that's the word.
Amoffett ended up with only 1 buy here after trashing his Silk Merchant. So he was pretty much forced to be rebuying it.
Or buying an Inventor.
Yeah.
Awkward hand for SamE.
I think as Amoffett there, I would have just trashed a State and Curse. Not gotten too ambitious. They're both playing, as we say, aggressively.
It's like they're powerful enablers here in like Silk Merchant and then like Payload and Inventor, but there's also
Trashes his Inventor.
He's got
decided that
he can pick it up.
Yeah, well,
It was an awkward turn.
Decided that attacking more is going to be more important, which, sure. Amofett's definitely feeling uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, I suppose the third torture isn't as valuable as the second. Well, I mean, it depends. If you trash torture, I guess then Amoffett, you can safely discard like Curse Copper.
Well, your buys and gains are a lot better keeping the Inventor than the Torturer. It's looking at what you can do versus what your opponent can do. He prioritized attacking over his own gains, which on a board like this,
I think I'd go with Bandit Camp Inventor here, maybe.
I don't love Bandit Camp.
I'm just a little scared of this, like, you only have 1 villager and you're going to make your deck work, but he's got 3 Hamlets.
You have the festival option also for village.
I think I prefer Bandit Camp to Festival, given that you already get the plus buy from Silk Merchant.
You can have more plus buy if you're doing cost reduction. That's more what's relevant than...
It's true, you can grab all the hamlets.
Yeah. That looks very bad for amoffett. I'm going to say is probably partially going to be first player here, and partially a somewhat odd decision to do 2 apprentices rather than an apprentice and a torturer.
Mm-hmm. And also, I think SamE played aggressively and didn't get punished for that.
Yeah,
I think he made a lot of smart plays, like micro decisions and whatnot to.
I don't know that you would
minimize
actually.
The chance.
Yeah, I don't know that you would get so much punished for playing aggressively in that way, but it's not really. We're describing aggressive play as more of trying to hurt your opponent rather than help yourself, as opposed to necessarily being risky.
Yeah, maybe I'm not used to the villager lifestyle well enough to judge how risky some of these things are. Silk Merchant there over another inventor.
I mean, amoffett is certainly feeling it.
Yeah, I think you gotta trash these curses, right? I guess
not.
Gonna
trash a silver, try to keep going.
Mm-hmm. That's both of his tortures, though, right? He doesn't have any more.
No. So he has to think about, if somehow I get another turn, how do I win? But I'm not really seeing another turn.
I don't know if it's that close. We'll see. So if SamE has overdraw, then Inventor gains Inventor or something.
I can just gain Silk Merchant. He's going to have the buys.
Well, he might not have the coin unless he plays 2 Inventors.
Yeah. He has the coin right now, though. Yeah, this is...
What am I missing? Isn't it?
Silk
curses.
Merchant Hamlet
I'm missing
curses.
Curses. Yep. Okay.
It's alright, you're not the only one.
I was thinking tortures at the alpha file.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really nothing amoffett could have done in that position.
Yes, he's just making sure at this point. Figuring out number of buys needed. Trying to figure out if he can be nice by not playing another torture. Buys.
Yeah.
Gets up to 5 buys here.
And he just draws his deck. Just play it out. It's nice and clean.
Yep.
Nice
Unless he's missing curses. 6 buys, okay. Alright.
Just spent those coin tokens for a province instead.
So SamE ends up winning that tournament, and certainly in the final at least showed even or better play. So
yeah, very strong play from both players. Definitely some tricky boards, and I think Sinister Plot adds a lot of decision points, especially in the first 3 games with the extended greening.
Yeah, and then
had some interesting inevitability towards getting the final province by cracking the plot, so you play a little differently.
Yep. I don't know that we saw it do a ton in the last 2 games, but certainly Present was able to do a couple tricks. We weren't talking about it much in the last 2 games, so...
I think it was important in the 4th game, because that was the tournament game, so it helped amoffett Spike Province.
That's true.
But yeah, not super important in the last game.
Yeah, it was more just the... Yeah,
there was one turn where SamE discarded aggressively down to just 1 card, a torture, enabled by a decent Sinister Plot draw.
Yep. So, I guess we will sign off here, and thank you for being a wonderful co-commentator.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And congratulations to SamE. So,
indeed.
See you all.